Hello everyone, welcome back to the first podcast. If you've been following this journey from episode 1, I just want to say thank you so much. I believe we've been having some good and honest conversation, and I also know that most of you outside there, you love video streaming. I mean live video streaming. But then this I'm using uh, this also, it's just part of me communicating to you, my audience, as much as the videos are not out, but I believe you are enjoying the conversation. And so I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for those who've been watching, those who've been listening, those who've been following from episode 1. Now we are in episode 6. I said thank you. Just to remind you, in episode 1, we talked about red flags. If you've not watched it or listened to it, please do. In episode 2, we talked about toxic relationship. In episode 3, we talked about building a healthy relationship. In episode 4, we talked about friendship. And most recently, we talked about love and money. But today, we are going to uh, dive away a little bit from what we've been talking about or what has been our discussion, that is the romantic relationship. We are going to dive away from it for a moment and be or discuss something else. That's something that has been having much impact into our lives. I mean, it has been affecting most of us, not those that are dating or not those that are not dating, not those that are in school, those that are working. I mean, these has just been a whole round thing, and that is friendship. I mean, have you ever called someone your friend only to realize later that the person you called your friend is never really your friend? It's just some sort of a snitch, you see, is someone who has been snitching on you for quite some times. You've been sharing your plans together. You've told them things that you haven't even told anyone in your life. I mean, these people uh, you ended up like trusting them if they are all have they have been always there when you need them, or they haven't been there when you need them. I mean, these are the things we are going to look at. We are going to look at like friendship in our lives. What does that friendship in our lives entail? I mean, who are these people that we call our friends? I mean, not just uh, them being there for us, but how much can they do when things happen? Today, as our topic today. So, today we are going to talk about something many people learn the hard way. Not everyone around you is a friend. And let's now dig deeper. Just because someone spends time with you doesn't make them automatically your friend. You can have someone or people you work with, people you go to school with, people you go out with, people you talk to every day, and still not all of them are your friends. Some are simply people you know, and there is nothing wrong with that. We sometimes feel like we need to call everyone our friend, of which that's not the case. We need to like choose. You need to choose your friend. I mean, you don't have to like call everyone. I mean, they are there. These people are there. But now, not all of them are your friends. You see. But it's okay to say that yes, I know that person. That's someone that I know, but he's not your friend. You can recognize them. It's allowed because friendship involves a whole lot of things. I mean, it's just like a relationship. I mean, before you go into a relationship, when you are friends with someone, the exact things, the exact qualities, the exact expectations that you will have or you will be having during your friendship are the exact things that you will be having when maybe you're in a relationship. And this means that okay, some of them might not be there in friendship, but in a relationship, they could be a lot more deeper things that you want as compared to friendship. So let's not confuse the two. So when you say you have your friend, I mean there are a lot of things that you need. You need respect. You need like trust. You need loyalty. You need genuine concern for each other. I mean, you see these things. Friendship, and when people like separate from being friends, you will just know that these people are not friends anymore. I mean, you've had them everywhere. It's all over. You've seen your friends like uh, you've seen your friends like being in a fight. You've seen what they address, how they address each other. I mean, they'll be like, "You are never there for me." I mean, I called you. How many times did I call you to come and help me? How many times did I do this for you? But when it comes to my turn, when I tell you to do this, you don't even. I mean, you don't even come out to help me. Like you've seen it even in the political arena. You've seen how these people behave. I mean, at one point they're friends, and the next time they start abusing one another here and there. I mean, but these are the same people that uh, you know. You see, your friend is someone you eat on the same table with. These are people who eat on the same table. I mean, they do their things together. They walk together. They go on a maybe events together. They do a whole lot of things together. And so when these expectations are not there, they be like, that is it. That is it. You see. So like having 100 of them, just have two or one or three. It will help a lot. And this, you see, when we talk about friendship, how they react to everything that you achieve in your life. I mean, we see it even at workplace. You've been friends with someone for quite some time, ever since perhaps you are employed in that company. And now it has come to the point of maybe you getting promoted and maybe his time or her time hasn't reached. So you find that when you tell him or when you tell her about your success, about your promotion, maybe even if it's not inside the uh, job business, you have your own business. When you tell them about the success of your business, how will they react? I mean, these are things that you need to check on, like how your friends react on your success, because that is when you'll realize this is just a pretender, a whole lot of a pretender who has no good intentions for my success. Because a true friend will celebrate every journey with you, be it your success, be it your failure. He will just be there for you. If you failed, if your business failed, if perhaps you are not, if your job has been cut off, I mean, if your life goes just not the way you expected, if he's the true friend that you call your friend, he will be there for you or she will be there for you. But if he's just someone who is there to maybe call you when you're successful, call you when you have money, call you when you have to go on out or on dates, call you when you go to in it still. You can learn a lot you can learn a lot about someone by watching how they react when something good happens to your life. You know, when you get a new job, a new business, when you buy your first car, when you get married, how they will react. When you have achievements you've worked for years and finally tunasemanga imejipa, finally it has given itself, imejipa, you will see when you tell them, you will see their reactions. See, a genuine friendship, a genuine friend celebrates you, but sometimes someone you thought was your friend suddenly becomes silent. when you tell them about your success, when you tell them that hey, hii kazi nimekuwa nikifanya for a while finally imejipa, you'll see how they react. You'll see how they behave around you. I mean, some of them will be happy. Yes, they will clap for you, they'll cheer you, they'll celebrate you. But other friends, they'll just, I mean, go silent. At the end of the day, they vanish into the thin air. And that's how they'll have gone. You see, meaning they are not happy for you. And most of them, or maybe some of them, will start with the jokes like, so you are now better than us. I mean, because you see yourself, you've achieved that, so you think you're better than us. They just get silent. Silent will take charge, and so you'll be like, no more talking. You yourself, you'll feel the energy. That doesn't mean that every quiet person is jealous of you. People have their own struggles, but if someone consistently becomes uncomfortable every time you succeed, paying attention to. A genuine friend doesn't need you to friends that you have around. It's hard to find that friend that tells you that you're on the wrong direction. I mean, it's really hard because most of the friends, when it comes to you moving or getting out of the or going in the wrong direction, they'll be just like, okay, but I want him or I want her not to do this. So a real friend isn't necessarily the person who agrees with everything you say. Sometimes a real friend is the person who tells you something you don't want to hear. I mean, you've watched these things in the movies, the so-called Nigerian movies, when two buddies, most of them, they always be like roommates. So when they stay together and maybe one of them is doing something that is not, that the other person feels this is not the right thing to do, definitely he will tell him. He'll be just like, hey bro, this and this is not right. I mean, let's do it this way. As for the ladies, when they are roommates, they will be like, hey babes, you know what you're doing is not the right thing, because that's how they call themselves, babes. What you're doing is not the right thing, so why don't you try it this way, why don't you do it this way? I mean, that's a real person, that's a real friend. I mean, he's ready to correct you when you're wrong, but not pretend to be correcting you. There is two things: correcting you while you're wrong and pretending to correct you, but in real sense, he might be happy when you fail and correct you without humiliating you. They don't attack you. They don't attack your character. They simply care all through. They simply care enough to tell you the truth. But now, these true friends that we have, I mean, do you have that person who will be there for you when you have nothing? Or do you have a friend that will be there? He will always be calling you when they need something. There are two things. There's a friend who is there when you have nothing, and there is a friend who is there when they need something. All of these people, all of these two scenarios, both of them involves your friend, the friends that you call your friends. It might be one friend or two or three or maybe 100 of them. I mean, you've always been seeing these people, or you've had someone asking himself, like, or someone posing a question that now, assuming that you have a problem right now. I mean, the way you are, maybe you have some sort of a problem or an emergency. I mean, when you check your contacts, how many people, if you call them, will pick your call and respond to you? I mean, how many people will you call at that time and give you that response, or even pick, leave alone like just giving you the response? How many people can you call and pick your call when you have a problem? Those are the friends that we are talking about. Those are the friends that we are saying that will be there if you have nothing. And those are friends that we are saying that will be there when they need something. So you have to get the two things right. When you have, you see, will he be there or he won't be there? So when you have money, people can suddenly become your very true friends. When you are successful, everybody wants to know you. But what happens when things change? What happens when you don't have that money? What happens when your business fail? What happens when your job is no longer there? What happens when a lot of things just run into your life and you need help? What happens? That's the same question that we've been posing. Like in your contact list, how many people can you call when you have a problem and pick your call? That's the biggest question. You see, or these are the people that you will only call them when you have something and they pick your call. You see, that's why we are always saying that most people live in a live friendship because you've seen these things. It's a real life thing. When someone has a problem and then he scrolls down his contact list, he calls two, three people that he is sure that this person can help me. But then those people fail to pick their calls. But at the end of the day, when they meet after that problem or after that emergency is over, they celebrate, they buy drinks, they get drunk. What sort of friendship is that? You see, when your finances are low, those people disappear. They're giving you the best advices, but when you are low, you don't see any of them. That's when you discover something. People aren't attached to you. They are attached to what you have, what you provide. And that is a huge difference. You see, sometimes the person who sits beside you when you have nothing is more valuable than that person who claps for you when you have achieved or when you are successful. When you had nothing, totally nothing, and you called and he picks or she picked your phone or she picked your call. That's the rule. That's the real friend. I mean, when a friend is in need, now this is the other way around. Now they're the ones in need and you are in need. What happens? You see, you also have to get the difference. This is one person who will call you when an emergency comes into play, when they are kind of asking for a favor, or when there is a problem they need you to solve for them, or when they need a place to stay. You've seen these things even in our workplaces. You have those friends when you see when they're running low in finance, that's when they call you. But all during this time, I once had someone saying somewhere that if you want to know your real friend, when you're working, you are in the same company, you're working, and you've been given a leave, so you are on leave. Maybe you've taken a leave for like 14 days or 10 days or 21 days. And now, during this period of time that you are in leave, that person said, uh, that is when you will know when you will know your true friend. Because have you asked yourself that you can go for a leave for like a whole 21 days, a whole 10 days, a whole 7 days, a whole 14 days, and no one calls you when you're at home? Those workmates that you call your friends, none of them will call you when you're at home. But immediately when you go back to work, they'll be like, "Hey, yo, bro, I missed you, man. I missed you." If it's a lady, they'll be like, "Hey, babes, I really missed you. How has been your leave? How have you been?" What's that? That's bullshit. That's a total lie. Those people never missed you. Assuming that now you went and you never came back, they won't even call you. Assuming that you lost your job and you are friends with them, they won't call you. I mean, that friendship will just cut off that minute, whereby you'll be shaking hands with your employer, going different ways. Those that you call your friends inside your workplace, that will be the end of you and them. So we should always be careful. I mean, when your phone rings, you see the person's name, and before you even answer, you already know what he wants or what she wants. They want something, maybe money, maybe a favor, maybe a place to stay, maybe a problem to resolve, or after you've helped, definitely they'll go silent because you've already fulfilled what they want. So they'll just go silent until the next emergency. If someone only remembers you when you need something, ask yourself, is this friendship? That is not friendship. Or those are just parasites. They're using you. You know, the work of a parasite always just takes from you. It always feeds in you. You've seen them like in animals. Those parasites be taking from you. And you cannot take from them. They'll just be the one taking from you. Oh, today I need this, tomorrow I need this, today I need that. At the end of the day, when you don't have, they'll just run away. Relationship, of which it's never something that works out. You see, a 50-50 friendship cannot work out. The same way a 50-50 relationship will never work out. Because you need a husband to provide. A husband says, if I do this, you do this. If I do this, you do this. I mean, at the end of the day, you will be like measuring how strong you are in that relationship when it comes to provision. The same way, at the end of the day, in your friendship, he'll be measuring like, I trust you more. Why are you not trusting me? I've given you my loyalty. Why are you not giving me your loyalty? I mean, at the end of the day, friendship should be a two-way thing. I mean, if I respect you, you respect me. If I care for you, I might not expect it back, but I do care for you. But then we'll know at the end of the day who cares more about the other person and who is more of a true friend than the other person. So you also find that friendship, uh, that kind of friendship that you had when you were kids, won't be the same friendship that you have when you are adults. I mean, things change, dreams change, careers come in, responsibility come in. I mean, job issues. I mean, there are lots of things that go on in life. So that friendship, some of it might survive till a lifetime, but others might not be the same way. Others might not be surviving the same way. So, regardless, some friendships are meant to last for a lifetime. Others are meant to be part of a particular chapter of your life and to teach you how people behave around you or you behave around people. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's just a good for uh, it's good for you. It's good for your life. I mean, you know how you relate with people. Even now when you'll be having your own family, you'll know how to relate or to be close to them, how to conduct yourself, because that friendship has helped you a lot. And then you also have to be careful of on who you are giving access to your life. I mean, not everyone you call a friend you can give access to your life. Not everyone you call a friend you will tell him or her about your secrets, about your finances, about your future plans, about your weaknesses. Because most of them, if you tell them your weakness, they'll be taking advantage of that. If you tell them how your finances come in, they'll be the parasites or the gold diggers. If you tell them about uh, your family problems, they might not help, they'll run away. Or they'll tell you or give you an advice to even break your family more apart. So limit yourself on who you allow to access your life. You see, it's friendship, because not that you can't trust everyone. Just if you have to have a friend, please do, because it helps a lot. Friendship makes you like know how to conduct yourself, how to relate with people, how to, I mean, it teaches you a lot. Friendship tells you a lot. It also helps you, like, now when that friendship season is over, you will know how best, maybe when you're married, how best to live with the partner. So remember to ask yourself, am I a good friend? Do I check on people? I mean, celebrate their success. Tell them the truth. Show up when they need you or when they need, and respect their boundaries. That's what friendship entails. That's how, like, what friendship is all about. So I believe you've had this scenario whereby a lady will choose her friend other than her man. I mean, he will choose her friend 10 times than her man. The same way, the guy will choose the boys 10 times than his wife or his lover. I mean, you've had those scenarios. They'll be like, I'd rather be with my friends than stay with my my lady, or be with my lady, because he trusts the friends more than he trusts his wife or his lady. But that shouldn't be the case. You see, with that scenario, regardless of all that, you should never be afraid of friendship. You should never, at any point, should never be afraid of friendship whatsoever. So if you're listening today, maybe think about friendship, not with anger, not with suspicion, just honestly. Who are the people you can genuinely trust? Who have been there for you? And who have you been there for? And if you realize you've outgrown certain friendship, that's okay. Don't blame yourself for that. You don't have to create drama or expose anybody. Sometimes you can simply step back, protect your peace, and continue moving forward. Because at the end of the day, you see, don't feel bad when certain friendship don't work out, or maybe you've outgrown them. Just like I've been saying, uh, at some point, with the example that I've given, you and the boys. You see, when you get married, you and the boys, your friendship might be a bit low. The attention won't be as much as it was there when you're not married. So at the end of the day, you just have to let loose of it. Just growing up sometimes means realizing that not everyone is supposed to come with you to the next chapter of your life. You don't need 100 of friends. You need a few genuine people who care about you when there is nothing to gain. And you don't just look for good friends. Be one of the friends. Don't just look for good friends. Be one who celebrates your friend's success. Be one who tells them the truth. Be one who supports them when they are struggling. Be one who respects their boundaries. Be one who makes this question. What's the biggest sign that someone is a genuine friend? How have you had to walk away from a friendship because you realize it wasn't healthy anymore? I mean, have you found yourself in that situation? Share this episode with someone who might need to hear it. You never know who is wondering whether the people around them are truly friends or are fake friends. Until next time, this is the first podcast. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with me all the way from the time we started this episode till now that we are